time. You guys, I've been so excited for this all week because number one, I've never done hot seat coaching in this format before. And number two, this case study I just did was so incredibly powerful that I'm literally shook from the ground up. And I'm so excited to share this strategy with you guys. So as you come in, please introduce yourself. Those of you that don't know me yet, I know I have some newbies here. I'm Jessa, and I help online service providers, mostly coaches, streamline and simplify so they can scale and have a shit ton of fun. And I'm going to be checking my phone every now and then because for whatever reason, comments on my Facebook Lives don't really show up when I'm on my desktop, but they do show up on my phone, but not when I'm on my phone. So I'm going to be checking these. Whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I want you to tell me where it is you're listening from because I'm nosy, and I also think it's really cool when I have women, powerful ass women from all over the fucking world here in these communities that we're growing together, and it's just cool to be connected. Like someone from Spain is here, someone from Australia is here. I know I've got a lot of Cali girls. So super stoked to share this with you guys. I recently received a divine download, and we'll get into that in a second. But today I want to talk about landing high-end clients with ease and without all the razzle. And honestly, you guys, I was able to start landing high-end clients very quickly within my business. I started off as like a general VA, right? And I wasn't one of those VAs that was like, pay me $20 an hour and, I'll piddle in the back end of your business. No, like I came out, whipped it out and was like, look, you're going to pay me. It's going to be a high retainer and I'm going to do a really good job. And I think the reason why that is because I was already coming from a corporate background. I understood my skill set. And I say this to say that there are a lot of you guys out there that have very high level skill sets that you should be charging for. Not only that, but people need you and people want you. And so we're going to talk all about that today, landing high-end clients with ease and without all the razzle. I had this day where I went out and I did like a soul health care day, right? We talk about mental health care days, but we don't really talk about like soul health care days. And I went out, I found like the oldest tree in Atlanta and I laid up under it and I just like went off the grid, read, journaled, prayed, laid in the sun and just really relaxed. And something came to me during that time, and it was that I want to publicly offer private coaching. And this is something that I've actually done already in the back end of my business as something that was kind of like a downsell or an upsell for different people that came to me at certain times. But it wasn't something that was so clear and aligned that it was like, this is the time to do this now. So when that happened, I'm a systems person, I'm a numbers girl. And even though I'm a Cancer and I'm very emotional and empathetic and all of that, like I like to look at the facts. I like to look at the numbers. And when I receive divine downloads like this, I'm like, oh, okay. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers. So I went ahead and did a case study with my sister. And the way this all came together was like insane. But I went ahead and did a case study with my sister who lives in Spain, actually. And she was a cultural affairs major. She has traveled all over the world, teaching and doing all sorts of wonderful things with kids and grown-ups and families. And I know that she wants to kind of move into the online space. So I was like, she's my sister. I'll take her under my wing. Mind you, my sister she doesn't have a LLC or like legally formed business yet. She has no website, no Facebook page, no Instagram. Like she does have an Instagram, but it's not like a business Instagram. She has no email marketing, no freebies, none of that shit. And with one Facebook lead, one Facebook Messenger conversation, one Zoom call, one proposal, Kendall was able to land her very first high-end client. And I say this to say that there are those of you out there that are churning this wheel, trying all the things and all the razzle dazzle that all these people are teaching and are coaching you on. And I'm not calling it bullshit, but what I'm saying is there is money to be made, and you do not have to grind, hustle, do all of the things, have everything set up perfectly right now in order for you to step up and serve the people who need you most. So my sister is a perfect example of this. Like I said, she's not branded. She has never once in her life put anything out there on the internet that says, hey, I'm looking to land clients for this specific thing, or has promoted or marketed herself in this way at all. So this is a strategy we use, and I'm going to share this with you guys because Facebook is really leaning in towards the group feature, as I'm sure many of you guys have noticed. This group feature is a powerful thing if you use it properly, and it's a great way to market yourself and show up as the professional in whatever it is you do. So first of all, before we dive in, let me say I know I have some of you. I want to know that you guys can hear me really clearly before I get into this, because this is about to be good. So let me check my comments here. Okay. Yay. Okay. I don't have any comments yet. So let's go ahead and dive into this strategy. So Facebook groups have been a powerful tool for me. Actually, I landed my very first 2 high-end clients like a year and a half ago through Facebook groups, using Facebook groups. So this is the strategy. Literally show up on a regular basis inside of these groups and provide value without any, no attachment, no weirdness, hey, this is what has helped me. So I'm sharing because I think other group members would benefit from this. Okay? So whether it be how to get your marketing right, or get your systems right, or do email marketing the right way, or something that has to do, if you're like a financial coach, tips on financial things. And don't angle it in a way that is like that weird salesy of here are 3 ways to blah, blah, blah. Just be real and be you, and just say hey, these are some things that have helped me, so I'm sharing them to help some other group members. Literally flies to, okay, I don't know if I can say that. I can say that. This is my group. Are you kidding me? Okay. Literally people will come and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is so great. This is so helpful. And what else you can do, so when you're not doing that type of structure, value in a long form post, what I really enjoy doing and what's working for me as well is these 2 different things. So the long form post where you're adding value, and then also going in, let's say I spend 30 days a minute on social media actively marketing myself and engaging, real engagement, because I have everything automated behind me, but the reason I do that is so that I can show up authentically in every way, authentically engaging and authentically myself, if that makes sense. So on Monday, I ask a question, and I ask a question that is something that I know people are going to start engaging on. It's called a ladder post. So people will, I'll give you, this is a perfect example. So on Monday, that was the last day of September, right? I asked, what was your big win for September? In 5 groups where I know my ideal client hangs out. Okay. On Wednesday, people start responding. My big win was this. Like, people love, bonus tip, people love to fucking talk about themselves. Okay. People love to talk about themselves. So get them talking about themselves, their what's working for them and what's not working for them. Okay. Then on Wednesdays, I go in and I see and I authentically engage to their response with a question. So let's say Sally Mae said her big win for the month was finally launching her group program. On Wednesday, I go in and I say, Sally Mae, how is that going for you? Or like, what can we do to support you? Or where can we get more information? Whatever the case may be, just to continue the conversation. And what happens is, it can kind of get kind of annoying, to be super transparent with you guys, because people start responding to each other, and then they're asking questions, and it's like this huge thing. And what you do is you use your Facebook page, join groups from your Facebook page, and then people start to find your page, and they're like, who is this girl, like, authentically engaging? And you guys, it's a long game, but I have added over, I think it's 130 people in the last month. Like, my Facebook page is like flatlined my entire time I've been in business. And since doing this strategy, my Facebook page has like shot up. Okay. And this is why. So let me back up. Let me back up a little bit, because I tend to get ahead of myself. So do these posts, add value, ask questions, authentically engage. And then on Fridays, I go in, and sometimes people they'll ask me, no, not sometimes, almost every single time, people will ask, like, what is it you do? Or what are your thoughts? Or whatever. It's like they want to hear from the original poster, like, what's going on? And this is your opportunity to be like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. And also spend this time in the group, spend like 5-10 minutes or so scrolling through and answering questions for people that could possibly or potentially be your ideal client. So for me, this looks like, is there anyone in this group that does funnels? Or do you know anyone that recommends somebody that does systems and automation? And I go in and I say, yes, systems and automation. And what happens is, like I said, it's a long game too, is not only does that person, connect with me, but then I've realized I've got a lot of new leads coming in. They're like, hey, I found you in this group. And the reason why is because groups have a search feature. So search features are like, if somebody goes in the group, right? Like, let's take Rachel Rogers. I love her. She's like a coach, an awesome coach. Her group, Hello 7. Somebody grows into her group, Hello 7. And there's kind of this ideology with groups as well, that like, if you're inside of the group, then you're already vetted to some degree. You know what I mean? So that's why this group strategy works so well, because it's already somewhat of a vetted community. Like, you're a vetted community member. So when they find you from this group, it's not exactly like having a direct referral or something like that, but there is some level of like, you're not a complete scammer, right? Which I know none of you watching this are that, but you understand the psychology of being in a group and that type of mentality. So go in the groups, engage, and answer questions. So not only do you want to be posting, but you also want to be responding a little bit to other people and other posters. Flapping my jaws. Okay, so then you'll start to get people, you'll start building your pages, you'll start getting people reaching out and stuff like this. And all you have to do from there, when I'm telling you, there no razzle, no website, any of that, is take care of people. And I know that's not what a bunch of people are posting and talking about. And this strategy is one that is not talked about because people want to create a need for them. And I am going to be honest with you. Like, you can do this strategy and be successful. This is how I was able to build my business. And I literally did it with my sister. And she, although it's just one client so far, like, she's like, oh, I got it now. Like, this is easy enough. So this is completely duplicable. I love that word. And you can do this too. So when people start to message you and reach out to them, this is going to be the next step that we're going to talk about in a second. I said you need to take care of them. So what you need to do is give them the opportunity to take it to the next level with you. So meet with you. This is the next step is a Zoom call. When people do calls like on the phone, or if they just do Facebook Messenger message, I like to message in Messenger for a little bit, DM. And then if they tend to, if you're like, okay, I have a good feeling about this, I have a good vibe from this person, maybe send a few voice notes back and forth, and then say, hey, would you like to actually meet each other and get on a call so we can talk about your needs? Do not make it about you. So I can find out about, no, I don't want to hear any of that verbiage. It's not about you. When you're selling, you're serving, and it's about them. I don't want to hear any of the, I want to book a call with you so that I can find out about your needs and desires. Take that I language and just throw it in the garbage. The way you're able to take really good care of people is by honoring and serving them. So then you get on the call, and the calls are a whole science, and we'll have to do another training for those. But essentially, when you get on a call with someone, don't push, don't shove. Literally, if you guys, I know anyone watching this has probably taken their car in for an oil change. When you go in and you take your car for an oil change, they don't push you and sell you right up front. No, they say, what's going on? Have you heard any noises? Is there anything that you want me to look at? This is the same type of attitude you need to go into when you go on these calls with people. Focus on them, their pain points, their pleasure points, and what it's going to take for them to feel like they are in a better place and they've transformed from where they are currently, right? So let's focus on those things. Hi, Carrie. I'm going to check my questions because, like I said earlier, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing with my group. And as I said, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, drop your questions and stop me wherever. But I do want to know, how many of you think that you need X, Y, and Z in order to land high-end clients? I want to know that. Whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, how many of you feel like you need something else that you don't already have in order to land high-end clients? 4, 5-figure contracts, retainers, $75+ an hour. How many of you feel like you need maybe a website, or you need to grow your IG page or your Facebook page? How many of you feel like you need to do that before you can start landing high-end clients? Let me know. And if so, like, specifically, what is it that's holding you back? Is it your website? Is it your Facebook page? Is it that you don't have testimonials or whatever? Let me know and we'll work through it together. Okay, so after the call, there's so many ways that this can go, but typically after the call or right at the end of the call, you can say something to the effect of, this is only if and only if you know that you can actually help this person, right? You say something to the effect of, hey, I think you would be a great fit for this program of mine. Would you like to set up a follow-up call to chat a little bit more about that? I have availability tomorrow or the next day. Which one of those days is better for you? And if that person is like, yeah, totally, I like you, I vibe with you, it's like you're getting their consent. And I'm going to do a training on this soon. It's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, but I don't care because it's true. People say, sell how you like to be sold. Sell how you like to be sold. We hear that a lot. That goes around a lot in the coaching industry. But really, I think it's sell how you like to be fucked. Training coming soon. Oh, that's going to be a good one. I can't wait for it. Okay, so after you guys share with me what's holding you back, I want you to think about, like, if you're feeling some discomfort about getting on these calls or engaging in these groups, like, why is that? Tell me why that is, and we'll work through that together as well. So you get on the call with them, you engage, you follow up, and don't be afraid to follow up with people. People are busy, they're overwhelmed, they're distracted. And when you follow up with people, it's not an annoyance. I can't, honestly, I had my big ticket item is a $12,000 program. I moved a client from the Instagram DMs into this program. And in order to do this, I had to follow up with her like 4 or 5 times. And I kid you not, she, throughout the program, thanked me for following up with her so many times. Even when I was following up with her, she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I own another company. I'm so busy, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why is because I wasn't annoying her and I was able to help her. And it's like, there's this energy when you so believe in what you have to offer and you know that it's fire and you know that it's going to help and transform someone's lives. It's not an annoyance. And if you guys are in a stage where everything you do that feels like, when you're selling it, it feels icky, it feels yucky, it may not necessarily even be your marketing or sales tactics. It could also just be the fact that you don't have pure 100% confidence and you're not super excited and in love with your offer. So that's something that we can totally talk about too, because I know that is a lot of times what people struggle with, because I struggled with the same. Like, I was afraid to put my dick out there and promote what I wanted to promote because I wasn't actually confident in what I was talking about. And I had somewhat of like imposter syndrome, when you first start. But then it was like, and I had to work through a lot of that. So I totally get that. And I just want you guys to know that landing high-end clients is not difficult. You don't need a bunch of stuff. It really comes down to being energetically aligned, coming from a place of service. And when I say service, I think that a lot of people misuse and abuse this term. We're not in service to run a fucking charity, okay? And serving is selling, but serving isn't slavery. And serving isn't just giving without no return. So I want you guys to be mindful of that. When you see that term being thrown around, I do use it a lot, but I also come from a place of service because I know that whether it's free or whether it's $12,000, that the energy exchange is fair and even, and that it makes sense and it feels good and it's going to help somebody. And there's a bunch of like mindset stuff that goes into that as well. But I just want you guys to know there is no razzle dazzle needed for you to start selling and landing high-end clients. All you have to do is consistently get visible in front of the people that need you, and talk about your level or your zone of genius. If it's truly your zone of genius, you can talk about it up, left, down, right, upside down, all day long, 365. You know what I mean? So I really want you to just know that the money is out there. And if you show up, there are so many people on Facebook. There are more people on Facebook than on any platform ever. And you guys know I'm an Instagram girl. So for me to be like, use Facebook, you guys should be like, oh, what is what is she doing? But it's Facebook. Like, Facebook groups are so powerful, and they're such a powerful tool. So show up in front of your people, join, do this. Here's your homework. I want you to join 5 groups. On Monday, drop a question in the group. On Wednesday, respond to that question. On Friday, let me go back. Wednesday, respond to that question with something authentic plus a little question at the end. On Friday, you can engage a little bit more on that latter post. You'll see it'll fucking explode. And then on Friday, go in and go back through like a couple posts, spend 10, 20 minutes or so, maximum, and just respond to people's comments in the group so people know who you are, that you're actively engaged. And you may even come across a post of someone looking for someone just like you. This has literally been a lifeblood for my business with high-end clients. I'm not talking like little projects. I'm talking ongoing, long-term client retention, new client attraction, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. In fact, I just thought of this. Not only did this happen with my sister, the case study, but I actually had a group. She owns one of the big groups that I regularly engage in. She messaged me this morning and she said, hey, how do you work with clients? I'm looking for someone like you. So you guys, I'm telling you, this works. If you have any questions about this, I cannot wait to answer them for you. Just drop them here in the comments below. And I can't wait to meet you guys. I know we have several new faces here. So just hearing from you, what you do, what you love, what you're passionate about, and what your goals are for the rest of this year and 2020. I'm super stoked to get to know you guys. I love you. Again, my name is Jessica Glover. For those of you that don't know me, you can find me on Instagram at Virtual Boss Break Room. That's really where I hang out, but I am going to be hanging out more here as well. I help coaches streamline and simplify all the techie things that keep you up crying in your sleep at night. That's me. I'm your girl. Funnels, ads, courses, strategy and tech. That's my zone of genius. That's my jam. That's my love. And I am going to be opening a private coaching program very soon. So for those of you that have been thinking about working with a coach and you need someone to kind of guide you through the journey, whether you are just getting started or you've started and you're kind of stuck in the same zone, this is something that I'm feeling really called to offer to you guys, and I'm super fucking excited about it. I booked out my one-on-one implementation services for October, and I think that this is kind of like the natural progression. So those of you that want more information on that, I will be sharing that soon. And another thing I wanted to give you guys before we head out is, if you want my DM template. So I have a template I send to new followers only on Instagram, and it has landed me so far several thousands of dollars in clients, upwards of $20,000. And it's literally a short message. I only send it to new followers. A lot of people bash this strategy of DMing followers and stuff like that. But if you have something badass and awesome that can help people, why wouldn't you? So if you want that template, just drop the words script in the comments below, and I will send that to you so you can change it, make it your own, and start sending it to people and hopefully landing some clients. That is a little gift I have for you. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. If you enjoyed this, please screenshot it and share it on the gram so we can spread the love. And I love you guys. I'll see you soon.